What is normal in relationships? My name is Ross, and I help men in their 30s and 40s rediscover their direction and have the confidence to express themselves into the world so they feel strong and capable to build the life they've always dreamed of. If you'd like to book a call with me, there's a link in the description below, and I hope you enjoy the video.
Hey guys, so sorry for the poor lighting and the fact that I'm actually in bed, but I just kind of feel like I need to get this in the open for myself. And so over the past sort of couple of days, I've been feeling this intense emotions, and I guess there's just a pattern in me that is unwilling to let go of certain patterns in my life, right? Certain ways of being. And so I went out with somebody at work the other day and I had a fantastic time. I really enjoyed myself. And, you know, the feelings and stuff are strong between us and everything's very positive. And it's hard to know for me what is normal because, or should I say, I know what's normally normal for me in relationships. And usually there's always a sense of, well, I guess that in a lot of ways in the past couple of years, relationships haven't been straightforward for me at all. And they've been few and far between, mostly because I haven't felt like I have been able to deal with the emotional load that happens as a result of me being involved with somebody. And it's not because of the person themselves, it's because of my own emotional feelings of feeling inadequate or not having or being enough. And I know I've talked about this in a lot of other videos, or one or two other videos that I've been sharing recently. And last night I had this, I'm sort of afraid of being unreasonable, right? And unreasonable about the way that things happen. And I have a big fear of becoming needy and like an unbearable weight to the person I'm interested or I'm with, right? And there's a fear of, I guess in a sense, there's a massive fear of being left alone. And this is extremely painful. It's even making me emotional right now. This is extremely painful for me because I know that in a sense that I could put that weight on somebody else, and I don't want to put that weight on somebody else. And it's like I want to be able to deal with that load. And I have the capacity to be able to do it. But at the same time, there's a what if it's like a what if I get lost? What if I become lost in this old pattern of being this needy person, and then that takes over and I end up destroying, what I found, right? And there's a great deal of happiness in finding this particular person and relationship. It's something that I've manifested in the last couple of months. I didn't know this was going to happen, and I guess it's a surprise to me that it has. And I've done a lot of work or self-work on myself in the past couple of years, which has enabled me to come across this. And yeah, and so there's so many different emotions and feelings. And yeah, like I said, it got to me last night because I just, I got to a point where I was like, you know, please somebody help me to just release this pain, because it felt unreasonable to me that, you know, I guess in a sense there's a child part of me that feels kind of lost, and I want to give myself the support that I need, but it's hard because in a sense you can feel like you're becoming dependent on another person in a relationship for that support, and then that feels scary because once once that once you kind of give that responsibility to somebody else, you no longer have the capability of looking, where you in a sense give your capacity to look after yourself away, because then it's really quite odd to me. And I don't really know I guess in a sense what I'm trying to say is that I don't really know how to navigate that, and that's a scary place for me because um I'm used to navigating things in my life, and there's a sense of control in my navigation. And one of the things that I've been really, really scared of is having a relationship. And I guess in a way, the reason for that is because the last relationship it was very unsettling to me. And there were a lot of things that happened in that relationship, or didn't happen, should I say. And I was very restrictive of myself, the way I felt. And I didn't want to be unreasonable. I don't think I will be unreasonable, but the degree of suffering that I caused myself as a result of that, and it's like, in a sense, I just want to be myself. I just want to be myself. I don't want to identify with the pain of being somebody who is not good enough, and who can't, who doesn't know what a good relationship looks like. Sorry guys, this video it's quite a long video, but I'm sort of, I'm having a dump of stuff. And yeah, so it's fucking odd to me that it's fucking really odd that I should everything should be going so well on the outside, and yet on the inside of me there's this illusion that it's gonna all end terribly. And I guess in a sense it's letting go of the illusion, accepting the reality of what's happening, and then being able to go with that flow. And there's so many things that are linked to that, because I mean, because then I also think to myself about the relationship, and I mean, freedom's important to me, but at the same time there's an intense draw to want to be with the person that I don't know how to say this because it makes it sound weird on video. But yeah, so there's an intense draw to be with her, and I really want to be with her, and there's no question in my mind about that. But there's a want not to be unreasonable about how that happens, and there's a lot of kind of fears that come up as a result of that. And it's just, I think I just need to let go of a lot of that stuff and let it just grow in its own natural way, rather than trying to sort of input things that don't need to be there. And of course, the way you don't input things that don't, where you stop inputting things that don't need to be there, is you let them go. And it's just the intensity of emotion that happens. And I sometimes wonder if that's normal or not. I don't think there's any. I think, how do I even call it normal, right? How do I even, like, it's like I'm sort of like, I'm trying to navigate from a space of knowing how everything happens. And because this is not, no relationship or anything else, is you never know what's going to happen, right? And you're always on your edge in a new relationship, especially at the start, and it's exciting, but it's, like I say, it's fucking terrifying at the same time, because it's completely out of my control. I just, in many respects, and there's certain areas which I can control and certain areas which I can't. And it's part of the excitement of the relationship, I guess. I'm going to do another video at some point, I think. But anyway, guys, I've talked about this. I don't know if, how do you feel about that? Have you ever been in a situation like I have right now? Have you ever felt like I have? I guess you have, right? But just let me know in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you very soon.